Ashleigh Barty lifted the biggest title of her career by beating Karolina Pliskova in straight sets in the final of the Miami Open and has reached the top 10 in the WTA ranking for the first time. "I have had a unique journey. I think every player that walks on the court has had a different journey and different experiences. For me, it's very much a personal development of my game over the last 2 or 3 years to put me in this position," said Barty during the post-match press conference. The player from Ipswich enjoyed a promising junior career, reaching a career-high ranking of world number 2 after winning the Wimbledon junior title in 2011. She reached the final at 3 Grand Slam doubles tournaments with Casey Dell'Acqua, including the match title at the Australian Open at the age of 16. In 2014 took a long leave from tennis and started playing cricket, signing up with the Brisbane Heat. She played in the Women's Big Bash League in 2014. Ashleigh returned to tennis shortly before turning 20. She was ranked outside the top 250. She won her maiden WTA title at the Malaysian Open in Kuala Lumpur in 2017 and qualified for the WTA Finals in doubles with Dell'Acqua. She ended the 2017 WTA singles season ranked inside the top 20. In 2018 she won the WTA Elite Trophy in Zhuhai and the 4 biggest doubles titles of her career, including her maiden Grand Slam title at the US Open with Coco Vandeweghe. She started the 2019 season finishing runner-up to Petra Kvitova in the Sydney International Final. She went on to reach her first Grand Slam quarter-final at last January's Australian Open in Melbourne. She took a rematch against Kvitova when she beat her Czech rival for the first time in her career. "It feels like it is a long time ago now since I took the break and since I came back. I needed the break. Otherwise I don't think that I would still be playing the game, to be honest. It's been a few years now. I certainly feel I am a different person. I feel like I am a more complete player. I have been able to put myself into more high-pressure situations and in bigger matches. I think I had a new perspective. Obviously I am very appreciative of what I have and the people that give their time and their energy towards me and trying to help me become the very best that I can be. I am extremely grateful for those that are around me and very lucky to have such a genuine group of people," said Barty. Barty has become the first Australian player in history to win the Miami tournament. "It's been an amazing fortnight. It really has. We keep putting ourselves in these positions. I keep giving myself the opportunity to grow as a person, and I think that's the most exciting thing. There were 0 expectations. It's an opportunity for me to continue to try and get better every day and to enjoy the journey we are on." The first 14 WTA tournaments of the year have been won by 14 different players. A new generation of young players has dominated the first 3 months of the year, clinching the most important titles of the year: Naomi Osaka at the Australian Open, Belinda Bencic in Dubai, Bianca Andreescu at Indian Wells and Ashleigh Barty in Miami. The incredible depth of the field on the WTA Tour is amazing. I think the level has evened out a lot. The depth has grown over the last few years. I think anyone in the draw has a legitimate chance of winning the tournament. The margins are getting smaller and smaller, particularly in the women's game. Ashleigh Barty beat Karolina Pliskova in straight sets in the Miami Open final to win her first Premier mandatory title. Ashleigh Barty, at BT Sport, Twitter. Ashleigh Barty claimed the biggest title of her career by beating Karolina Pliskova 7-6, 1-6, 3 in the Miami Open final. The Australian, 22, previously won tournaments in Malaysia, Nottingham and Zhuhai, but this is the first time she has won a WTA Premier mandatory event. When you consider that Pliskova has won 6 Premier titles, this ranks as a surprising result. However, Barty is constantly improving, and this triumph reflects that. "Thank you to my team," Barty said at the trophy ceremony. "You guys keep me in shape and help me out with absolutely everything. "I wouldn't be half the player I am without you," she continued. "I love that you're here with me, week in, week out. You really make this the best career I could ever choose." Pliskova made a good start to the match. She returned well in the third game and earned an early break. However, Barty soon settled and she got the break back in the sixth game to level the score at 3-3. There was nothing to choose between them for the next 6 games. Both players served well and hit their ground strokes effectively and neither faced a break point. Everything changed in the inevitable tie-break. Barty returned well and hit a couple of excellent winners to race away and win at 7-1. Barty capitalizes as Pliskova tires. Pliskova looked crestfallen and exhausted and she called for her coach. However, despite her best efforts, Conchita Martinez struggled to improve her players' mood. Things then got even worse for the Czech. She saved 4 break points during a marathon first service game but still got broken by Barty. She then watched as the Australian held easily, before battling to a hold of her own after facing intense pressure. Although she did not earn the double break, Barty was in complete control at this stage. She breezed through her next 2 service games to make the score 5-3. Pliskova then surrendered completely and lost her serve to love to confirm a big win for the Australian. Ashleigh Barty beat Anett Kontaveit 6-3, 6-3 following rain delays to reach the biggest final of her final at the WTA Premier Mandatory Tournament in Miami. Barty has reached the top 10 in the WTA ranking for the first time in her career thanks to her win over Petra Kvitova in the quarter-final and has followed up this achievement with a straight-set win against Anett Kontaveit in the semi-final after just 1 hour and 16 minutes following rain delays that amassed almost 5 hours. The Australian player converted 5 of her 9 breakpoint chances. She saved 5 of the 7 breakpoint opportunities and hit 13 winners to 19 unforced errors. Kontaveit held serve in the first game before breaking serve with a backhand cross-court return to take a 2-0 lead. The match was interrupted for the first time in the third game. After the match resumed, Barty broke straight back in the third game and held serve easily to draw level to 2-2. A second rain delay interrupted the match for 2 hours. Barty claimed a break of serve in the 7th game to take a 4-3 lead, when Kontaveit netted a forehand. Kontaveit earned a break-back point with a backhand return winner, but Barty saved with a first serve before holding her serve with overhead smash. The Australian player earned 3 set points in the 9th game on return and broke serve when Kontaveit made a double fault. Barty won 87% of her first serve points. Barty did not convert 2 game points in the third game of the second set. Kontaveit broke serve in the third game after a forehand error from Barty. The Estonian player consolidated the break to open up a 3-1 lead. Barty broke back in the 5th game after a forehand error from Kontaveit. The young Australian player held a break point to hold serve for 4-3. Barty earned a crucial break to take a 5-3 when Kontaveit sent her forehand long. Barty earned 2 match points in the 9th game. Kontaveit saved the first chance with a drop shot winner, but Barty sealed the win on her second match point with an ace to advance to her maiden WTA Premier Mandatory Final. She will face either Karolina Pliskova or Simona Halep. Barty won the women's doubles title last year with US Coco Vandeweghe. The player from Ipswich enjoyed a promising junior career, reaching a career-high ranking of world number 2 after winning the Wimbledon junior title in 2011. She reached the final at 3 Grand Slam doubles tournaments with Casey Dell'Acqua, including the match title at the Australian Open at the age of 16. In 2014 took a long leave from tennis and started playing cricket, signing up with the Brisbane Heat. She returned to tennis shortly before turning 20. She won her maiden WTA title at the Malaysian Open in 2017 and qualified for the WTA Finals in doubles with Dell'Acqua. In 2018 she won the WTA Elite Trophy in Zhuhai and the 4 biggest doubles titles of her career, including her maiden Grand Slam title at the US Open with Coco Vandeweghe. It was a very long day. We had to wait around, but it was an opportunity to drink some coffee and watch the golf, so I was relaxed. When I came out, I was ready for business. I did not start well, but I was able to reset and do what I had to do, said Barty. Karolina Pliskova beat teenager Marketa Vondrousova 6-3, 6-4 after 1 hour and 20 minutes in an all-Czech quarter-final to reach the semi-final at the WTA Premier Mandatory in Miami for the second time in 3 years. Former world number 1 player Karolina Pliskova saved 4 of the 5 breakpoints she faced and converted 3 of her 6 breakpoint chances. Pliskova was in control for most of the match after her previous 2 matches against Ashleigh Barty and Yulia Putintseva, in which she had to come back from a set down. Vondrousova had a chance to prolong the match when she earned 2 breakpoints, but Pliskova saved them in the final game while she was saving for the match. Pliskova dropped just 5 points in the first 3 games. The 27-year-old Czech star held serve at 15 in the first game when a service winner before converting her second breakpoint chance in the second game after a double fault from Vondrousova. Pliskova faced 2 breakpoints, as she was serving at 3-1, but she saved them to hold her serve. Pliskova earned a set point on her return at 5-2. Vondrousova fended it off with a forehand down-the-line winner, forcing Pliskova to serve out for the set. Pliskova hit a drop shot winner to close out the first set 6-3. Vondrousova held her first 2 service games before breaking serve in the second game to build up a 3-0 lead, when Pliskova made a forehand error. Pliskova broke back in the fourth game, while Vondrousova sent a forehand long as she was serving at 3-1. Pliskova earned another break in the 7th game to take a 4-3 lead, when Vondrousova sent her forehand long. Pliskova won her 5th consecutive game for 5-3, but she had to face 2 breakpoints, as she was serving for the match at 5-4, 1-5, 4-0 and saved them with winners before closing out the match after Vondrousova made a forced error. I was a little bit off for a couple of games, and she played some good shots and served well. I won a tight first set, and the games were very close. Overall, the match was my best here. She is defending well. Yeah, I always had to play the extra shot, but I think it was a good level. I am feeling 100% now, maybe not physically, because I have had some tough matches, said Pliskova after the match to the WTA website. Pliskova set up a semi-final match against Simona Halep. The Romanian player leads 7-3 in their 10 head-to-head matches. My level is improving. My game is improving. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good match, if nothing more. There is going to be a chance. The head-to-head is not perfect for me, but there is always a chance, said Pliskova.